Well, here goes, everybody. I've pressed that button again, and that's that live button, that's the hot button that always makes me a little hot, because I just never know whether the technology is all right, whether you're going to be able to hear me. And now, of course, bringing in the Pleiadians as to whether I'm going to be able to channel or not. So we'll just have to see. But I thank you for coming online with me now or later. Thank you for those of you who've been patient, because I was going to come on with the peas a couple of days ago, but I was just too exhausted. I'd run out of steam, and you were so encouraging and loving towards me. And I'm really grateful for all the gentleness that you gave me in terms of saying you rest and get yourself really strong again. So I feel very well rested, thank you. And really excited to be with you because so many of you have asked some wonderful questions. I've got lists of questions here, lists and lists of them, and I keep adding to them because you keep asking. And I'm just going to really say, let's get started. I will take some questions live from you a little bit later on. And let's just start with whatever they decide they're going to start with. So we're going with this one. So, we are delighted to be with you all today. What a pleasure it is. Yes, it's a joy and a pleasure, and everything is shifting into a new field. Yes, there's a huge, huge shift taking place, and many of you have asked about this. There's something called the shift that many seem to be talking about, or various ones talking about an event or a shift, or however they call it, you see. And many are really bringing about an energy of fear, an energy that, you need to be frightened, and there's going to be these 3 days of darkness, and it's going to be awful and terrible. No, well, that's not how we see it, yeah? We're not saying that there aren't other ways of seeing what may be coming, but we don't see it in quite such a dramatic and, shall we say, dark type of way, yeah? Now, many of you have asked about darkness and navigating darkness. Many of you are going through periods of sadness, of difficult periods. Many of you have asked about shadow work and working with traumas and past and emotional traumas, yeah? Many of you have asked around this whole area of the shadow and the sadness and the fears. We're going to say, yes, they are there. We are not saying they're not present. But what we are saying is that you do need to go into them when they come up. Yes, they do come up from time to time, yes? There are dark sides, so to speak, to every human. And what do we mean by dark sides? Well, we think you understand that you have a dark side from time to time, do you not? Yes, if somebody cuts in front of you or somewhere, or they do something that you don't like, sometimes you could kill them. Yeah, you really could. Something really animalistic comes up in you, yeah? You're not all sweetness and light, are you? Yeah. Yes, many of you would like to think you are sweetness and light, and many of you would like to portray an image of being sweet and light. But you do have that other side to you, and so do others. And it's about learning how to manage that side. Yes, many of you have had traumas. Most of you have had a trauma of one way or another, where you've lost somebody, you've been hurt by something. Perfectly normal, so to speak, if there is normal upon this planet now. We're going to have to let Barbara have a little peek, because she's getting a little nervous as to whether you're still online with us. So we're going to open up here. Yeah. Yes, you're still there. We're delighted to see that you are there. So we're coming back to this energy of when you are feeling sad and how to deal with it. and when you are feeling desperate, and when you are feeling alone, and when these energies come up in you. An energy of where, you know, somebody does something and you truly, really want to stab them. That energy comes up in you. There is that energy that comes up. And for you just to let it be there, to notice it. Not necessarily to act upon it, we would prefer you did not, of course, but to notice that it is there. And then to look at what is coming up for you. And to look at, you know, what is needing attention from you. And what is it that you need from somebody else? What is it that you need from people? Why do you need this from people? Why do you need so? You see, Barbara, she can't bear it if somebody pushes in front of her in the line. She goes berserk. It really brings up all sorts of things, really. Of course, in Greece, it gets triggered amazingly beautifully. You see, but she really brings up a whole lot of stuff. We're bringing a small example here, yeah? We know many of you are going through some very deep things right now. And it's important not to avoid them. It's important to have them and to get help if you need help. There are many wonderful healers out there who are ready to help you through. And then, of course, we're here. There is the unseen help when you pray. When you say, listen, I'm at a loss as to what to do here. I really don't know what I can do here. Please help. And you can ask for our help if you resonate with us. For those of you that do, wonderful, we can come on in, welcome us, and we'll come. Some of you may pray to Jesus, to Mother Mary, to God, to Mohammed, to the angels, to the trees, to nature spirits. You can pray to whomever you wish. But in prayer also comes a sense of peacefulness, a sense of knowing that you are not alone, truly not alone. Everybody feels abandoned from time to time. Every child is afraid of being abandoned. And that comes up from time to time, no matter how big your family is, no matter how many people are around you, it may come up. And know that everybody has these feelings from time to time. And know that you can find solace in prayer, in somebody who may listen to you. And allow yourself to have it. It's very important to let it pass through you. What often happens is you don't give yourself permission to have these emotions, and then they get stuck. And then they swirl, and then, you know, it's really like being constipated. You've got constipation of emotions inside of you, and it's very difficult then to release them more easily. So we want you to practice really being childlike and noticing, well, that person annoyed me there. Oh, I feel upset about that. Why do I feel upset about that? Yeah? And really begin to allow yourself to flow with whatever is happening. All the emotions are valid. Everything is valid. Because the more you give yourself permission to feel your anger, your frustration, your pain, the more others can free themselves. And as you begin to free yourself of these energies gradually, because they'll keep coming up, you know, they don't go away, yeah? You can think about all the ways in which you get annoyed in a day. All the ways in which you lose energy. All the ways in which you get upset in a day. And again, you're losing energy every time this happens. So the most important thing, as we say to Barbara hundreds of times a day, be aware. Just become aware of it. And as you become aware of it, something changes. You get a new perspective. And you can pray for help in that moment. Whoever you believe in, dear Spirit, dear God, please help me here. I'm finding this very difficult. I'm finding this person very difficult. Show me another way. Please guide me in another way. How can I see this differently? Yes, these are all beautiful things that you can do that will shift your energy field quickly. So these are ways of working with these darker energies because they're all around. You can feel them sometimes when somebody walks into a room. You can feel a dark energy, a heavy energy. You can sense it. Might want to get away from it. Oh, goodness. Oh, can't take that. Yeah? Just notice. Become aware. Give yourself permission to choose how you respond. This is the new human. The new human is going to realize that they have a choice as to how they respond. They do not have to come with a knee-jerk reaction. They can begin to choose and feel it. You see, it isn't about not feeling it. It isn't about saying, oh, you didn't upset me at all. Oh, I want to kill you. No, it's not that. It's about saying, goodness, I do feel rather upset right now. And now, how can I see this differently? And then it passes through. You really want to let it pass through you. A little bit like water. When you drink the water, you let it through, comes out t'other end, doesn't it? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. So, we're bringing Barbara back for a moment because, yeah. Yeah. We love you all so very much, we do. So, we dealt with a lot of questions there, yes, because there was a lot in it. Now, many of you ask around diets. There's a tremendous amount of energy and energy drain and worry and fear and anxiety around food and what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat and when you eat and how you eat and oh, goodness gracious, goodness, goodness, goodness. And there are many messages out there saying, you know, you should be on a plant-based diet, you should only eat vegetarian, you should only do this, you should only do that. Really, you know, you've come to a planet where free choice is what it is about. You have choice. Now, if you are made to feel guilty about what you're eating, it's not going to do you any good. So if you feel guilty about eating a piece of chicken, we don't suggest you do it. But if you feel good about eating meat and you enjoy eating meat, and you bless and thank for the food, then really that is your decision and your choice, and it is not going to harm you from our perspective. We know that this is a very contentious subject, and it is contentious, but it is very important as you move into this age of Aquarius that you let one another be free. You let one another be free to choose, to learn, to grow. And you may change. Yes, you go through your life as a vegetarian, then all of a sudden you might have a piece of fish. And the other way round. It's important just to say, I accept the way you want to run your life. And this is how I want to run my life. But there is nothing that we see that can stunt your growth and stop your development other than your mental images about what you think the food is going to do to you. You see, it's about freeing yourself. Free yourself to choose what you are drawn to. And it may change, and give yourself the flexibility to change and give others the flexibility to change. Don't have things in too rigid boxes. When it's too rigid, you want to break out of it, don't you? Huh? So don't be too rigid with yourself, and don't be too rigid in your judgment of others. And from there, you're free. Does that answer that question, dear ones? Yeah. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So, we'll move on to another question that kept coming up here. What can you do to help the earth, to help nature, animals, trees, to bring more love into this world? Well, and many of you have said, you know, I'm only one person. What difference can I make? Oh, goodness gracious, one person can make all the difference. You look at the people who've made a difference upon this planet. Albert Einstein, Nelson Mandela, Ludwig van Beethoven. There are many, but they were just one person. So you as one person can make a vast difference. Never underestimate the difference that you can make. So if you feel a love for trees and for nature and for animals and bees and birds, show that love. Don't be afraid to marvel in that love. To look up at the trees, as Barbara does many times a day. Look up at those magnificent trees. Touch them. Stroke the animals, love the animals. Send them love. Tell them how much you value them. And look at yourself with love. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. We know that's a challenge for some of you. But begin it. You could begin it by looking at yourself in water rather than in a mirror. For those of you that find it hard to look in a mirror, see your reflection in the water. And look at that, because that can be very beautiful. That would be a starting point for those of you that don't love yourselves quite as much yet. But you as one person make all the difference. And yes, there is a love frequency coming through. But people have a tendency to think that this love frequency is just old nicey, lovey, dovey, muvey. And it's not. Love can be stern sometimes. Love means sometimes saying to somebody, listen, this is not convenient right now, dear one. I cannot speak with you right now, but I will call you later. Yeah? Sometimes love has to be firm. Sometimes love has to be really straight down the line. It is not anymore for me to stay in this relationship with you. And my heart is breaking at having to leave this relationship. But I know that for my growth, I now need to move on. And I leave you with love and a little bit of anger and all the other emotions that are there as well. Because there's always a box of emotions. It's never just one. It's like living on one vegetable forever. You'd die living on one. You wouldn't die, but you'd be bored. There is a variety of everything upon this planet Earth. And we want you to allow yourselves to experience it all. There is an awakening taking place. We are saying there is this awakening. But we want you to be real about this awakening and to see that it has all sides. And it isn't all just a lovey, 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 lovey. I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, it has many sides and many facets to it. And it's about embracing them all and still being able to love through that, through great loss, through great pain, through all the things that life throws at you, because goodness gracious, life does throw ever so many things at you every single day. But it's about seeing that there is help at hand and knowing that there is help at hand. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Yeah. Oh, we do love you all. We're bringing Barbara back so she can have a little peek again. Yeah. 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 Many of you ask, how can I know if we've got Pleiadian energies? How can I get in touch with you? How can I play with you more? Well, first of all, if you resonate with us in any way, shape or form, chances are you've got some Pleiadian in you. Yes, you have. You couldn't resonate with this energy. It just wouldn't, you wouldn't be drawn to it. You wouldn't be attracted to it. It'd be just like, oh, that's boring. Oh. Yeah, you'd turn it off. You'd say, Barbara's gone a little crackers. And you just say rubbish. And some do, and that's all right. But if you resonate with it, if you resonate with the frequency, if you're drawn to it, then chances are you've got Pleiadian seeds within you. Yeah? Trust it. If you're getting messages from your guides, trust them. Usually what comes in very first is the best. So try and catch that first message, because it's the one that's got the essence of the truth in. The minute you're looking for the second and the third and the fourth, you're analysing, yeah? Yeah. So that's how we would work with that. And you just invite us. Invite us in moments of difficulty. Invite us in moments of calm. Invite us in moments of where you are looking at something and not knowing where to go. And you might say, point me. And you might just put 3 pieces of paper on the ground and say, do I go here, here, or here? And ask us to point, and we'll point for you. You see, you can play with this, play with it. Play with the way that Spirit wants to come through. For each one of you, it'll be different. And it'll be different each day. It's never the same. The way we come through with Barbara is never the same. That's why she's always a little nervous, because she doesn't know quite how we're going to come through. She never knows. But it keeps it interesting. It keeps it alive. It keeps it vibrant. Yeah. So, yes, the stars can call out your name. They will do. Yeah. So, well, we have covered an awful lot of ground here, right now. We really have. Now, is there anything else that we want to? Yes, somebody asked, is it normal to be mad 1 minute and laughing the next? And we're going to say very, very ordinary. Yes. And many of you are feeling a shift of emotion. 1 minute you're all right, 1 minute you're not, 1 minute this, 1 minute that. Yes, there is a shifting of the seas of the emotions. And they're moving more quickly than before. More quickly. So yes, it's fine to experience a little madness, little craziness, and then a little sadness sometimes, and then a little gladness. Madness, sadness, gladness, we like that. Yeah, we do like playing, you know. We do. And we like to be a tonic to you when we're with you, yeah? We like to be the tonic in your water. We like to sparkle it up for you, yeah? We can be very serious, yes? We did a little channeling recently about the 7 chambers of the heart. And we're going to share that. Barbara's transcribed it, so if you want to sign up for her free newsletter, it's going to be in her newsletter, yes? Because this is a written transcription, yeah? Of the 7 chambers of the heart and how you activate those 7 chambers. So we do have serious channelings that we do as well, amidst some of our laughing, yes? Because life is composed of a tapestry of emotional experiences, yeah? Many colours, a coat of many colours, yeah. So, dear ones, we are now ready. We've covered a lot of ground and we've covered a lot of the questions, yes, a lot of the essence of the questions that were asked. And we're very grateful for your questions. But now we're ready for some other questions. We'd like some live questions, so to speak. Let's see here. Now, many of you are right. We're going to answer this one because many of you ask about this one. We're going to let Barbara get a little sip of water here. Yeah. Goodness. So many of you ask about twin flames. Could you enlighten us a little more? What is it you want to know about twin flames? Yeah, we're going to talk about it anyway. But twin flames, what is it you want to know about them, yeah? Polyamory, yeah, there's a good one, polyamory. Twin flames. These are great questions we want you to know, yeah? You can always post them on Barbara's community page. If they don't get answered today, post them on her community page. Or you can email her and share them and she'll add them to the list. All right, dear ones? Yeah. And you can put them as well, you can post comments once the video is finished today, and you can post them in the comments section and she'll take them there from this video, yeah? We welcome your questions. We love your interest. Is my twin flame my actual right body half? All right, these are good questions. Wonderful, thank you. Don't you have to be okay without them first, yeah? All right. Well, twin flame assumes that you are alone and you are looking for a twin. And this is true to an extent, But you are looking for many twins, you see. Many of you got this lined up that there is only one person that can be a twin flame. And this creates a feeling of lack. It creates a feeling of not having enough. And oh goodness, I might miss out. I may never meet a twin flame. But you have many people that you can twin with. Many people that can connect with you at that deepest level. And really, flames, you're about really lighting one another's flame. And some people, you will just feel as though you light one another's flame, and that's really what twin flames are about. You light one another's flame, you ignite one another to live more, to be more, to expand more, to grow more, to share more. But there is not one person that can do this for you upon this planet. There are many. This is the thing of the way that we see it anyway. It is not a limited commodity. Many of you have twin flames as a very limited commodity, and we don't see it as such. We see that you can have many people in your life who can act as twin flames. Now, some of you are talking about an intimate, deep relationship. Well, again, there is not just one person for you. We realize this is a big step because you've been conditioned, many of you, to think and to feel that there is only one person that really can fulfill this for you. And it really is not the way we see it. Some of you will not choose to have a partner altogether. Some of you are quite happy on your own. Some of you want companionship. You don't necessarily want somebody in your airspace all the time. And some of you want to explore the deepest of the sexuality, of the intimacy, of all of it with someone. But one twin flame, no. We don't see it that way. And we hope that that takes the pressure off for you. Yeah, take the pressure off. And now as well, many of you are asking, how can I improve my channeling? How can I channel? How can I do with this? Yeah. What can I do? Well, we're going to say, really, channeling is about slowing your frequency down. Just slowing things down in order to receive something different. Being willing to channel whatever comes through. You may be given an idea. So let's say you want to channel. Let's say you sit down, you say, I'd like to channel. And you say, higher self, or higher being, or whatever you want to say, or spirit guides, or angels, or spirit of light, whoever you want to invite, whoever you resonate with. You all resonate with slightly different frequencies. And you may just invite and say, I'd like to channel now. Can you send me an image? And see what image comes through. You might get a duck, for example. Right now we just gave Barbara a duck. So we would then ask Barbara now, can you channel a duck? And she would then begin to allow the energy of this duck that we've shown her to come into her, to come into her body. And then she would let the duck come in. How does a duck, how is a duck's neck? How does the duck feel? How does the beak feel? How does it move? And then to allow that to come in, of course, it's very strange, and Barbara feels very peculiar doing this in front of you. We understand. And she'll be doing some classes and things like that, so she'll be doing it with more of you who really want to learn this stuff in time to come, not immediately. So, but for right here, right now, see what comes through, and then allow yourself to really bring forth the energy of whatever spirit is asking you to bring through. Might be a person. It might be something that is inanimate. It might be something that is animate. It might be a pencil. But what you are doing very often with channeling is you are shape-shifting. You are shifting shapes. You are allowing something else. You are allowing yourself to expand and to take in the frequency of something else and to feel that frequency. Does that make sense, dear ones? Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we do love you. We love you very, very much. So, we're going to take one more question before we are going to leave you today. So there you go, a deer, a hare and a duck just came through your yard. So there you go, kissy hippie. You can channel those three, maybe all together if you like. Depression. Somebody's asking about depression. Well, this is a big area. Many of you are experiencing that. There are so many upon antidepressants upon this planet Earth. It's a big area and it has to be solved from different angles. It's not something that is just, oh, you've got depression and there's a magic wand. It's something that really needs to be looked at. You know, why is the depression there? What has happened? What has triggered it? Is it something that is temporary? Is it something that's been going on a long time? You may need some counseling. You may need some help with it. There may be some body work that can help. There may be some meditational techniques. Sound healing can be very powerful. We've got a big channeling we do on sound healing. We'll be giving a lot of missives out here. But sound and the power of sound and toning and chanting can really break the depression. It really can break it apart. It can break the rod of it, so to speak. Loosen it within. Needs to be loosened. Sometimes it's stuck within the body. Needs loosening up and the sound can release it. Goodness gracious. Yeah. There is much help out there for you, dear ones. Much help. More than you can ever imagine. Yeah. Well, dear ones, well, we love you, love you, love you. And keep asking those questions. We'll take them, as we said at the end of the video. You can put them in the comments box. And if you could, we'd like it if you'd like the video, if you did like it. And we love you all, we do. We're going to bring our Barbara back now. Thank you very much for being online with me today. It's a great honour for me and a privilege and scary and exciting all at the same time. And from me and from them, much love to you all. Bye for now.